Hey, this is Becca from Ghana, and you are on Linda Ikeji Music. Becca's been working really hard. I have 2 singles out already playing in Accra, which is Steady, Becca featuring Ice Prince. I have actually 3, and then She, which people ask what's the meaning of She. Basically, my language, it means look. It's a love song that plays at a lot of weddings and events in Accra. And then there's a new one as well called Best Show, which is now, it's been out for about 3 months now. So I have these 3 out. But aside that, Becca is really working on her album, my 3rd album, which is going to be out next year. It's going to be out next year because I'm 10 years in the industry next year. So. It's been an amazing journey for me. In 10 years, aside the fact that I've grown from a young girl into a woman, I think that I've evolved as well when it comes to music. My music primarily was Afro-pop, and now I twisted up a different genre of music to make it quite different. I think aside that as well, I've evolved into doing certain things. I've tried my hands on a bit of acting here and there, and what I stood for is still what I stand for. A lot of women, a lot of children. I've set a project up that I'm doing to raise money to pay school fees for 100,000 girls in 10 years, and that's something I'm also doing. So I just embarked on that, and so I think the evolution for Becca has been amazing, even in terms of my growth personally, in terms of music, in terms of mental growth, everything. I think it's just really evolved in a good way. So far, I mean, what I can tell you, because this is Ready, and I've been talking about it already, is my collaboration with Pato Ranking. Song is Ready. We shot the video last week. He was in Ghana to shoot the video. It was shot by Nanesi in Ghana, produced by Mix Master Gazi, and I sang it myself, of course, with him featuring on it. So that I could tell you because that's already. I'm looking at doing a few more collaborations with some renowned artists in South Africa and Nigeria here as well. We're looking at an international collaboration. We're hoping that could work. But if not, I honestly appreciate my Nigeria and Ghana people, so I would just stick to that one. Language. I mean, language is very distinct, and language always. Funny enough, the good thing is that language is never a barrier when it comes to music, because music is a universal language. And you might listen to my song and may not understand what it is about, but it's just the rhythms, and a lot of music is carried by the rhythms and melody. So the most distinguished thing probably would be the fact that we use different languages. Maybe they're speaking in Yoruba or Igbo here, and we might be speaking in Tree and Ghana there. So those are some of the main distinguished differences, and maybe sometimes rhythm, but even that we're tapping into each other, so there's not much difference. We're trying. We can't entirely demolish the fact that, I mean, people are pirating our songs for free, but I think that we're trying now by making sure our songs are on the right platforms so that people are able to stream and we're able to make money off it. We're trying. We can only try and make sure that things work so that people are able to monetize their money well. But so far, so good. I mean, it's been rewarding. For me as an artist, it's been rewarding for over 10 years, and so I'm hoping that a bit of education is needed there, but so far I think there's certain platforms that people can plug their song in as well and make money from, and we're not doing that. And I think that music from Ghana and music from Nigeria are all music from Africa, and that is what I see, and it's the first thing. But in general, I think that there's not very much comparison because we all come from different culture, different backgrounds. In terms of population, it's bigger in Nigeria than Ghana. And that's why, I mean, as I always say, that collaborations are very important so that that bridge is closed, because then a bit of our music can be carried to Nigeria, music can be carried to Ghana, and Ghana music can be carried to Nigeria. I think that if I must compare, it would depend on exactly what I'm trying to compare. And so I would say that there's no comparison. We're all one people, we're all Africans, we're all West Africans. In terms of melody and rhythm, I think we're all tapping into each other's. There's a bit of high life in every music that people do now. I mean, coming from the genre of Fela Kuti into going to Ghana, the Rumblers and Osibisa. Now people like Wizkid also tap into Fela Kuti. In Ghana, we tap into it. We have the Sarkodie, the Fierce, myself. We all, I think it's a combination of different people, and so there's not very much comparison because of the African rhythms that we all share. Except for population, which is huge in Nigeria compared to Ghana. I think my position in the Ghana music industry has been what it has been for 10 years. I think that for me, I like that I would call myself somebody who has set a pace for a young and upcoming female artist. I mean, now if you come to Ghana, there's the likes of Miss D and Afia and everybody. And for me, I feel proud when they see me, and as much as I'm not old, they call me Mama, which excites me, makes me feel like I've done a good job. And I position myself well in the industry. And I appreciate that even after 10 years, people still listen to my music, because it is a long, long journey. And if you're able to stay in for 10 years, then I think that it's aside God's blessings, which is very important, and God's guidance, you are doing a good job. And so for me, I think my position will be that I would like to describe myself as a pace setter, someone that's, giving other women an opportunity and opening. Majority of what's on my playlist is Adele and Janeko, Beyonce, Alicia Keys' new album I just purchased it. I like I go back into the old times for Luther Vandross, who is quite interesting. I still listen to Luther Vandross, and Yemi Alade. I was listening to Tiwa. I was listening to Afia from Ghana and Sarkodie, Wizkid, Davido. Pacha Ranking is definitely on my playlist now. So, and my song, I'm always listening to my songs as well. All of us. But that's the people that are on my playlist. I'm actually glad you said rumor. Rumor, it was a rumor, and exactly that's what it was. My father and I are actually really best friends. People that know my father and I, we're the bestest of friends. I think that in every relationship, whether it's parental relationship or relationship with your siblings or relationship with your spouse, there's always going to be a point where it goes a bit down and comes back up. And that is where the ability to be able to resolve issues comes in. And so for me, my father and I mean, there's certain things that my father would never want me to do because he's looking out for me and he wants the best for me. But that was absolutely a rumor. There was no marriage situation in there. There was nothing of that sort. And my father never disowned me, because even this morning I spoke to him and he absolutely loves me just like I love him. But then again, you can never see anything because you're a public figure, and so people are allowed to say what they want to say about you. So, but my father's never disowned me. Well, I'll probably say that when I wake up in the morning, I daily rituals, pray, whatever I have to do, then I'm out there. Usually, if I don't have meetings or anything to do as an artist, your place is your studio. I try to work out at least 3 times a week, which is very important. Keep stamina for stage, so I do that. I go to the studio if I don't have meetings. Majority of the time I'm in the studio, or I have a meeting somewhere, or we're trying to put a show together. And then, yes, I go for lunch, which is very important. My manager has a policy of drinking good juices, so we make sure that we're all detoxed, and we drink carrots. So she says it's good for the eyes, so we do that as well. So it's very important. And then we go back to do whatever we have to do. Most of the time I'm in the studio, because especially now, because I'm recording an album, I'm in the studio a lot more times. If there's no chasing around of sponsorships or doing events and things like that, you just be in the studio, and after that I'll go home. And I like to watch my TV, so I just make sure that I watch a lot of TV to relax myself.